Good morning everybody, my name is Osa and it's Saturday, so we are back on Oakfield Farm in Farming Simulator 19. Between streams I have transferred all our equipment across to Field 17 so we can do this contract. This shouldn't take us too long, it's a lot smaller than the last field, although it's a lot further to transfer the canola, so that's the thing. As far as the day goes here, it's a relatively nice sunny morning, a little chilly, and it did rain this week, so I'm going to have to find some time to cut the grass again. I really don't like doing that too much. So as far as the farm goes, last week we sold off the excess canola. I think we made more than the contract paid, which is nice. Oh, there's a lot of dead canola on this field. That'll be eating into our bonus. So, it's interesting. We're cutting down stuff at the edge. No. Thought I saw a weed in the grass, so yeah, weeds are going to degrade the crop yield, but not significantly. Just in front of us is our field of beets. We're on the afternoon, last day of summer. We're only playing 6 this time. So, fall starts tomorrow game day, and we'll be looking and seeing what of our crops is available to harvest. Plus going shopping for beet harvesting equipment if it's needed right now. I'm fairly certain we are going to need a loan to buy all of the equipment we need, so I don't want to be paying interest on that until I have to. Not a lot been going on this week. Obviously we had the stream on Monday, and so that was the harvesting of the other contract field. Stream done good time on Tuesday. Didn't do a Thursday stream. I was trying to get some stuff done for work, and I didn't get finished till about 9 o'clock, and since I want to do as close to a 2-hour stream on that as possible, that wasn't going to fit with my breaks. My late night schedule. We have our new person here for a visit, and she's currently playing The Sims on the laptop, trying not to burn down the kitchen or something. Okay, once round we could possibly make 2 laps before we need to empty, so that's good. There's a tiny bit of a delay renewing our license because we moved house and we're changing the age range of children we're allowed to foster. So it wasn't a straight, oh, just reopen it as is. We had, there's addendums to go in. So that complicates matters. But our workers on that shall be calling whatever the government agency is on Monday to deal with that. And yeah, we do. It's actually 2 overnights because she's here from late Friday, 6 o'clock-ish, through to Sunday afternoon. Although we haven't arranged what time on Sunday at this point. Because normally we do the exchange with the foster mom, but she had other things on Friday, so her dad did the drop off. So that has to be cleared, but yeah. And at the moment, we're sort of saying, each weekend is another overnight, but potentially one or a midweek might suddenly become this is where the permanency starts. She might say hi if she gets bored with The Sims. But for now, it's just me, my harvester. A fairly dull, overcast day here on the farm, but it's warm. So the crops are good. And we're on an early start. We started before 9. Probably need to check the sheep's. I can't remember. I probably should check the sheep already. Is there some harvest and I don't know. But yeah, we'll check the sheep when we get back to the farm. They seem to be taking care of themselves for the most part. It now takes 3 bales of hay to feed them, and so throwing one in as we drive past seems to be serving us okay for now. We should have a new one another cut in a couple of days. We'll try and fit that in. Obviously the sunflowers and the beets will take precedence, and the beets will be a major operation. And I think we still have some silage to sell. How are we doing? We're almost full. So we're not going to make 2 trips round, but we're very close. It's hard to estimate. It's hard to estimate how many loads on the trailer we'll get. So I'll probably do a silage run now, since I stuck the truck outside the door. No, this is a contract field. We had right at the end 2 contracts for harvesting canola. I don't know that any of the other fields have crops in them that will be ready to harvest during the fall. But I figured once we'd done our 2 cereal fields, We should probably try and do a couple of contracts just to make up the money right now and give us the opportunity to pay down more on the beet harvesters that we're going to be buying. Out of my way, little car. Try and keep on. It's very difficult to stay on the road with this. Plus, as I've said before, this steering wheel's really optimized for driving at 20 miles an hour or less on fields, not driving 70 down a main trunk route. So this truck can get a little unmanageable, but that provides for more entertainment. Take it easy up here because we're coming up to the roundabout. That truck needs to make it through. And we still have our cereal crops in the silos. So it's really, buying the beet harvesting equipment is kind of leveraged against that. It's not like we don't have the money, we just don't have it in cash. And there we go. I missed. That's better. Oh, I went too far. Right. Okay, that should do it. Full unload. Turn the engine off. And that was the piece of equipment I actually wanted to jump to. Oh, no. KTO's and Bow, hello. And in Patchwork, good morning and welcome to the stream, everybody. And happy Saturday. So I'll get this harvester unloaded and get it rolling back up and down the fields now. A lot of people seem to do 2 headlands or 3 headlands. I think for the size of equipment we've got, and these fields do have a good grass border around them, we can kind of get away with 2. Ah, there you go. No talking, just typing from our new arrival. Yeah. So anyway, I checked out, what was it? It was Friday. They had the data sheets for the Pottinger baler, and and Katie is now following. Thank you. And they also did a sheet for the Lindner 130, and that is a strong contender for replacing the 90 that we have on this farm, if it supports front loaders. Yeah, we'll be starting off with foster daughter once the license is through, and progressing on to adoptive daughter. Or is it stepdaughter at that point? I don't know. Words.
It's not stepdaughter. If it was stepdaughter.
Oh no, that's if I marry
Melissa would
related,
probably
yes.
Be my mom, you'd be my stepdad.
Yeah. Yeah. Step is when you marry a single parent
That already has a kid.
that already has the child. Yeah, so adoptive. There we go. I get confused with family relations. I don't have many. I think my grandmother had a few sisters. My grandfather had a brother on my mum's side, but it was just my mum and her brother. And then my dad has a brother. And all of those kids, or all of those families just had 2 kids as well. So it's kind of cousins, and no idea what distance cousins I have. I believe some of my grandparents' siblings never got married. Others did have kids, but they didn't have big families after the war. They tended to limit to 2 kids. Okay, whoops. No, forwards. How are we doing? There's only 23%, so guess the return trip. I'm probably going to follow the seeding contours. So anyway, yeah, this field is all angled and horrible. So we're going to end up with some strange shapes as we harvest this.
Hey Neil, can I have a channel when I live with you guys?
Sure.
I'm too scared.
Well, you can save it for another time.
Do I just say it out loud?
Well, you're on microphone, so if you say things out loud, they'll hear you.
So it's okay if I tell them?
Yeah? Okay. Ooh, that was a little close to that tractor. So we've done the cut through, so we'll now run round the outside edge, or along the outside edges of that patch, so as to keep the pipe easy access for the tipper when we need to unload. How are we doing? That's only 43%. So we're 1 out and back. I might unload when we get back. Missed a bit. Oh.
So I am planning on having a channel when I move in.
Okay.
Do they hear me?
Probably. Yeah. Okay. So she's planning to start streaming after she's moved in. I have strongly suggested she doesn't use her real name.
Oh, I already used my real name.
You've used your real name for that. I think you can edit your name. There's a couple of... With YouTube, what I did was I set up a separate channel on the same account, so you can have multiple sort of logins, if you like. You log in once with your email address and your password.
And if y'all are interested in Roblox, you might do that too.
Okay.
Play Roblox. 'Cause I
Them.
got tons of friends. If you guys want to send me your friend request, I can accept it.
But what am I planning? So there may also be some joint farms with Katie and me, and maybe Mrs. Osa. Oh, Kate, sorry, yes. Yeah, that's me reading off text rather than engaging my brain.
So if you do have Roblox, my name is CuteCat58901.
They're imaginary friends. It's a term I use. Yeah.
No, they're not
People.
robots. They're real people.
Oh, your friends are real friends. Yeah. My people are. I think of all the people that I have dealings with in this particular group, I think I've only met Arthur. And that's because
You met me.
well, you, but you're not in that community per se. But yeah, because Arthur lives up towards Canton, Cleveland sort of area, and we have my wife's side of the family, 78, lives about, let's say about 70 miles south of where he lives. So
I will also play The Sims. If y'all want to know what that is.
yes, they know The Sims. But yes, we also, our family, or my wife's family, lives down that area. So there was one year we were down there for a visit over summer and suggested to Arthur we meet up for lunch somewhere. And we did that. So I've met Arthur in person. Most of the other people I've ever played with, I have never met in person. So.
And I might do some farming simulator on my channel too.
Okay.
With Osa.
Yes.
Or Mrs.
Okay, yeah, so, and I know, Long Haul's done a lot of visits with Arthur and given him a tour of his truck, I think. But, we're not down there very often. We usually, my wife's mum died, I want to say 3 years ago now. So the main reason for visiting is much less than it used to be. Her dad's still around. Her brothers are dispersing, for want of a better word. One of them just moved out to California because he's graduated college with a very nice degree. I'm not sure California's a great place to move to, but it's where he chose to go, so we lived there already. It was California. But the company I worked for at the time decided they wanted me to move to their Texas office, and so we ended up in Texas for a few years. We did go up to San Francisco and pottered around in that city for a weekend or long weekend. went down to the wharf where they have a Second World War submarine, which I went through, but my wife not so much. I'm claustrophobic, so is she, but I figured I can probably put it off just to see inside a submarine. And yeah, no way I could live in a submarine. And that didn't work. Let's drive through the hedge and go the wrong side of that tree. Nice. And we rode on the trams and the trolley, or the, how was it, the cable cars on the trolley buses. Because that's a fun thing to do too. Oh. Yeah, that would be fun, I guess. That was the wrong way. Oh, start the engine again. Yeah. So that truck is not quite 100% full. I think if I make another loop, I can do an unload there. Yeah, no, it's, well, I think the modern day subs, at least the nuclear subs, you're talking larger vessels, and it's still kind of scary being in a pipe under a lot of water. But Second World War submarines, yeah, no, not so much. I mean, they are tiny inside. Can't say I've been in that many military vessels. I did tour Belfast years ago. I mean, we're talking when I was at school, so that's kind of a forgotten trip. Because that's just parked up in the Port of London. Yeah, I couldn't join the military. I had not good eyesight, for one thing. But a friend of mine went on jury service to, I believe it's Southwark Crown Court, which is a courthouse that is right on the Port of London, opposite the Tower of London. And he said, you look out the window and one of Belfast's AA mounts is pointing straight at the jury waiting room. So that's interesting, gazing down the barrels of a couple of Beaufort 40. Oh, that's okay. That's fun. Yeah, it's like I watch Mingles with Jingles, and last couple of weeks, or over the last month, he's had 2 visits from his friend Eddie, the incompetent camera minion, and they met in the Navy, but Eddie was not in the Navy. He was with the Navy because he was a shopkeeper on various ships, and he was a shopkeeper on Jingle ship at one point. But he's always telling stories of when he was with the Navy, not in the Navy. Which is I mean, if anything, shopkeepers, Navy is the only place the shopkeepers are actually kind of in harm's way. you know, obviously with the Air Force, the Army, the Marines, and that, the shop's at the base, and they go on deployment. The shop doesn't necessarily go with them.